Hello and welcome to episode 61 of Waxing Lyrical with Mainz and Dutts. As we said, the boys are back in town. I'm Mainz. My colleague in Rainford is Mr. Neil Dutton. Dutts, how are we?
I'm rocking the old speckled hen.
I think you should explain that because it sounds porn.
Yeah, it does sound like an archaic criminal punishment. I'm enjoying a glass of old speckled hen, strong, fine ale.
Fine. I'm waiting for room service in the hotel in Kent. Failed by Marriott. I'm sure it will appear at any moment and then we'll have to pause and then start again. But anyway, on this week's episode of Waxing Lyrical with Mainz and Dutts, we're going to talk about rip-offs, and we're going to do it. We're going to put our friendship to the ultimate test. But we'll get on to that later. So you know what? Not much to start with. Let's get on with the show. Okay, Dutch. So I was reading a story about a hockey team in Idaho. They had a small beer, $4, and they had a large beer, $7. There was one issue, though. Both glasses held the same amount of beer. They were different shaped cups, but they had the same amount of... They said all the same amount of beer. So, like, one was long and thin and one was short and fat.
Okay.
Just outrageous. So they've been sued, obviously, because it's America. Imagine ripping off hockey fans. That's the worst idea ever.
Yeah, because of most major sports, hockey fans generally are the most rabid. Shall we say, the ones who seem to drip with the most vitriol.
Exactly, and you've given them beer. And you've ripped them off.
And you've ripped them off with it.
It's a bad idea, like. So it got me thinking, what other big rip-offs have there been in the world, or still exist now? So I thought we'd go through them. So let's do it. First one, Dutton, is actually one of my favourites, and takes me back to a holiday in Florida. So Coca-Cola came out with a bottled water called Dasani. There was a slight problem with this bottled water, which they said was come from some mineral somewhere. It was just tap water. Like literally someone had just took it out of a tap. So I'm all in on the fact that my brain thinks that tap water tastes different or is a funny colour when I'm actually getting ripped off and buying bottled water, and I'm actually happy for it to happen. Like, Kate kills me for this, or she used to. So I've actually turned around to my way of thinking, aka getting ripped off. But listen to this for a figure, Dutton. An independent beverage research company, yes, that's right, I've been on Google, say at least 2 out of every 5 bottles of water sold around the world, like Dasani, are purified rather than sourced, which originate from a spring, which means we're all getting ripped off and happy for the privilege. Question, do you drink bottled water?
On occasion, if I can't get to a tap.
But you're okay on the tap water?
As long as water isn't opaque, which occasionally, I say this to the good people of Rainford Parish Council, it has on occasion been, if I hold up a glass of water in front of my face, I can't see the end of the room. But generally, as long as it is fairly clear, I'll drink it. As long as it's not warm.
That's going to be in the Rainford Times, that now. Podcast mogul Neil Dutton slams water from Rainford.
They don't know what podcasts are here.
That's really not sure what electricity is, really, are they?
It's they're coming round on it, but it's still considered witchcraft up these ways.
It is witchcraft, I'm sure. As Kate's using the internet in another room, Dutton, people will be going mad because she's actually from the area. She tells me, I used it. Yeah, I used electricity today. Burn her. So done. Bottled water. It's a rip-off, but I'm happy with it.
It's a sock in the mouth you're prepared to take.
It is. I'm going to take that one for the team. Done.
I'm sure the good people of Evian are very happy for your support.
The Evian guy's just bought a new Porsche based on the fact that he knows I'm going to buy some more bottled water off him. Mm-hmm. He's the winner.
He is.
Done. I was back on the Google again. This item has a 5,000% markup. It's razor blades. They basically cost nothing to make, but it cost a fortune to use. This is more aimed at you, Dutton. Luckily, I only shave once a month, if I have to or not. So it's not necessarily an issue for me. The £10 I spend on whatever they call Mach 3, blah de blah blah, is a tenner, every 12 months. But as a man who can grow hair in his face, Dutton, this must make you bankrupt.
It is an annoying. It's an annoyance of the functions that modern man has to undertake. The one I despise the most is shaving. It's annoying. It's cumbersome, and also, well, lest we forget, I'm incredibly clumsy, and I'm basically holding a small knife against my throat.
How you're still alive and haven't had some kind of suicide pact by accident?
Well, this is it. I mean, I've avoided major incidents so far, but it's just, it's a matter of time, let's be honest. I mean, I have in the past experimented with the goatee, just in a basic way that, I've got my razor blade down to it's as last possible cut, and the most sensitive parts to cut are under your nose. You see, I'll give you an instruction one day, you'll know this. It's just, under your nose and down by the mouths.
Who knew this? I don't know this. How do I find this out?
You have to grow some hair.
Okay, carry on.
So basically, the goatee on occasion has been out of necessity, because I'm thinking I can grow this until I can, beg, steal, or borrow enough to buy some more razor blades, or wait till Christmas comes in and hope a relative does buy me a new razor with the gift pack. Of like about another 20 blades that I'll go through by May. So
the question that is that I just thought you got a goatee because you thought it was cool until we all told you it wasn't.
There's a couple of things that are wrong with that argument. One, other people's opinion isn't high on my list of priorities, and two, would I stop doing something because I thought it was? When's being cool been a high priority for me?
These are very, very good points, Dutton. And I take them all back. Razor blades are a rip-off. Luckily, not a rip-off for me. As I said, I shave when I have to.
I think you're taking the argument of the person who lives in the city but is concerned about the countryside. Yeah, it's not your argument.
Exactly. Yeah. I live in Kensington in London. Drive a Range Rover Sport, but are concerned about the fact that someone's putting wind turbines in, Great Yarmouth.
Yeah, it's not your fight.
Do you know what I mean?
You have no horse in this race.
I know. I'll sign that e-petition, though.
Ugh.
Going on to last week's one. Done. Next. It's simple, really. And it's something I've only just got onto. It's coffee. Notably, big end chain coffee, Starbucks and Costa. So, as you know, I wasn't a coffee drinker. Kate has dragged me into the 21st century, and I've started to drink coffee, but only really girly caramel latte coffee, not like your double espresso or whatever. But seriously, how expensive is it?
It's ludicrous.
Why are there so many choices? Can't I just want one that tastes nice and doesn't taste like coffee. Not a mocha chocolate, double skinny, blah with cream on the top. It's just beans from a plant. How can it cost me £4.50 for a large, which isn't a large in some places? It's a grande or a primo or a tall. I don't know. Why did he not small, medium and large? How hard's this?
On a Friday night, Mainz, it was, the Mainz and Dutts show back then at Haagen-Dazs at the Odeon, and to the best of my knowledge, I never asked anyone if they wanted a tall or a grande cup of coffee.
It's not something you ask, surely. I don't get it.
Not in Liverpool.
you know, you're not a barista either. You're just a dude who serves coffee or a dudette.
I thought a barista was one of those people who argued for you if you ever went to court.
Boom, boom. I'm here all week. And that's
Thank you.
Thank you. Try to veal, Dutton.
Yeah. Strike one for the funny one.
Yeah, well. The producers added new music onto the front, so he's done his job for this week. Coffee's expensive, Dutton. It's a rip-off. I don't know why we fall for it. I guess it's because people can't live without it.
It's one of those things, it's like a status symbol. You know, you're not taken seriously unless you're seen walking around on your phone with a branded takeout cup in your hand. You know, you must think, you know, I can never be taken seriously unless I have my props, when actually what you look like is a total tit.
I mean, we in no way know someone who used to use his phone as a prop and once used it as a prop.
I wouldn't know who you mean.
And once used it as a prop walking into a place we both worked, like pretending he was on the phone, and then the phone rang. We know no one like that, do we?
No, because if we did know anyone like that, that would be a top 10 moment of my life.
Yeah, it would
But
also...
we don't know anyone like that.
We don't know anyone who actually did that at Odeon Cinemas on Switch Island. We know no one who's got
never
season
anyone.
ticket for heaven. We don't know him. Do we,
No.
Robert? Dutton, next. So, we all know that petrol is a total rib-off. And maybe the biggest collusion / conspiracy item in the world today. Yeah, we agree on that?
We agree.
But why would I pay an extra 5 to 10p a litre for premium rip-off petrol that Fernando Alonso uses in his Ferrari? Questions, do I have a Ferrari?
No,
Can I do 200 mile an hour in the Golf?
not without it breaking.
It says it's self-cleaning. Yeah, okay. But I wish it would self-clean the upholstery and the wheels on mine.
And get the crisps off the passenger seat.
Exactly, done.
See, the thing for me as well, you know, I've not, to the best of my knowledge, I've not been watched driving by a large number of people, you know, across the world. Formula One drivers aren't the safest drivers. You know, as a lot of them are always shunting and bumping into other people and crashing. So I would rather pay less for my petrol if it means I'm not going to drive like them.
See, I agree, Dutton. Although, as someone who's been in a car with you, I know what being in a car with you is like, and it's like an episode of Angry Driver.
Yeah, it's like whitewater rafting. It's, you know, it's a bit of a challenge, but it's ultimately rewarding.
The best car journey ever will be you and Kate in a car at the same time, both screaming at the car in front because A, he's going too fast, B, he's going too slow. Why is he braking so late? Where's your indicating? And you going there, effing this, bloody that, get out my blah, 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 exclamation mark.
See, I do remember a journey, you know, coming back from Leeds where the driver said, I'm going to have to open the window, boys, because I'm not feeling good about this.
Why was he not feeling good, Dutton?
I think it was 14 hours on the ale with 6 hours sleep, if that.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No.
But whoever drove that car must be an idiot, because that's neither big nor clever.
No.
So let's move on before we...
So we compromise ourselves legally.
Exactly. Dutton, that guy won 108 million quid on the lottery last week.
Did you hear his story?
No, go on. Enlighten me.
It was... I was... that day, I mean, I don't listen to the radio an awful lot, but I just flicked it on. And it was the top of the hour, so I got the news. I can't remember what station I was listening to. It might have been Smooth, because that's the only station I listen to.
Smooth. Anyway, that's a story for another time.
Yeah, it said Neil Trotter, I believe his name is. It said, you know, he's won 107, 108 million. And amazingly, he had a premonition he was going to win. I'm thinking, okay, what kind of premonition is this? And it went to him, well, I was in the office on Friday and one of the women said, Neil, you never make a drink. And he went, well, I'd say I'll make one on Monday, but I'm going to win the lottery tonight and I'm going to retire. And she said, oh, don't be so stupid. That's not a premonition. That's a crap joke.
That's a joke you've said 400 times, and you've never won the lottery.
No, nor have I been ever confused with Nostradamus.
He can say whatever he wants, though. He's won 107 million quid.
That's it. He can literally afford me to turn up at the door of his mansion, call him an unfunny git, pay me to go away, and know that I'll be paid enough to go away and never come back.
Exactly, Dutton. He's the winner.
Git.
But seriously, though, Dutton, lottery tickets are a rip-off. You got more chance of dying on the way to buy a lottery ticket than winning the money. It's nice to dream, but shouldn't be like spending £2 on something useful. Tony Kornheiser calls it a tax on the poor, and he may be right. I like the concept of the lottery ticket, everyone does, but deep down it's a bad rip-off.
The thing is, with buying a lottery ticket, it's a bit like buying car insurance.
Yeah.
Go with me here.
Okay.
Basically, the lottery is you making a pound bet at odds of roughly 14 million to 1 that you can pick 6 numbers accurately. Car insurance is basically you having a bet against yourself at odds of about, odds of about 500 quid at 12 to 1 that you won't smash your car up this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what's your reward? You can do the same bet next year for 520 quid. And the lottery is this one. Okay, now it's, the odds are 14 million to 1, but now you've got to put a £2 bet on.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It's ridiculous.
Do you do the lottery?
No.
No, neither do I. So we can't even win. We can't even dream of winning. You can't do that.
No.
Well, if I won the lottery, well, I need to put £2 on.
See, I don't buy the lottery, but I'm not one of these people who, doesn't buy the lottery, but if it's a rollover, because, as we know, 7 million is such a trifling amount. I mean, what's 7 million in today's economy? You could blow through that in a good 20, 30 years. So now, these people think, well, it's 18 million. Oh, I better have a go at that.
Yeah, I don't really understand that logic. You either do the lottery or you don't. Why is it that I won't put it on for 7, but I will for 108? It'll make no difference.
No, the odds are still the same.
Exactly.
The chances are, if everyone puts one on because it's a rollover, the chances are then that more people will get the right numbers, and you'll actually get less than the 7 million you would have got if you bought one the week before.
It's a good point, Owen. I like the way you just brought maths into the equation there.
All about the numbers.
All about the numbers. Right, so they're the rip-offs that we thought. If you've got some, tweet me and Dutton. I'm at Mainzy7. Dutton's at ndutton13. If you want to tweet the show, we're at waxing_lyrical. So let's move on.
Getting to know all about you, getting to like you, getting to hope you like me.
So Dutton, we're going to do it. We're going to put our friendship to the ultimate test. What are we going to do, Dutton?
We're going to play waxing lyrical Mr. and Mrs.
So for people who don't know, Dutton and I have been friends. I think we've been friends since the first day we met, Dutton.
I think so.
And that is April 2001.
You made the mistake of laughing at one of the first things I said, so...
Exactly, failure on my part. April 2001, we were in the coaching horses. Liverpool are playing Roma in the UEFA Cup. 2 goals from a now dead to me, Michael Owen, sees Liverpool win 2-0 in Rome and go on to lift the UEFA Cup. We want to put our friendship to the test, so we're going to play Mr. and Mrs. Firstly, Dutton, easy one. Who's the Mr. and who's the Mrs.? In the waxing lyrical debate.
Well, I have this, a capacity that I can remember everything, so I can drag up arguments from like years ago. So I guess that makes me the Mrs.
You also can't work out any of the technology whatsoever.
I have a problem with it.
So that also makes me the Mr.
And I can't reverse park.
Neither can I, but let's not tell anyone.
Okay.
So let's get on with the questions, Don. I've got the questions. You tell me what you think mine is, and I'll tell you what you think yours is. Let's do it.
Okay.
You ready?
Let's roll.
Let's do this. Dutton, favourite colour?
I believe yours would be red.
Mine is red. I had no idea what yours was. I'm going to be hilarious and say grey.
Very close. Black.
I actually didn't know that. It's 1-0 Dutton. Favourite alcoholic beverage? Me, go.
Erdinger.
It's a good one. I didn't put that. I'm going to say yours. Jeremiah Weed.
I will accept that.
Excellent. I put Jack Daniels. Although Dinger's a good choice. Although I also had in brackets Desperado.
See, I didn't know if you were still on speaking terms with Jack.
I'm reacquainting myself with Jack when I went to New York with Kate. And they do proper Jack Daniels, you know, like you have Jack Daniels and Coke and they kind of spit Coke at it and then give you like a full glass of Jack Daniels. So I'm back in, like. Okay. Best sport memory watching? Me.
I'm going to guess yours would be the 2005 Champions League.
Yeah, that's correct. I've got yours, Ashes 2005. Do I have to name a test?
Yes.
Edgbaston?
Correct.
Yes.
It wouldn't be Trent Bridge because I was actually playing cricket that
I
day.
was going to say, you were playing cricket and I was getting on a plane.
Because as the winning runs were hit, I'd just been run out.
They are.
And the person came to tell me, I forget who it was. England just won 2-1, and my response was, "I don't give a flying. I've just been run out by by a millimetre. Go away from me."
And I think you text me to say
But
I'd
we
just
did-
been
we
run
did
out,
win-
and I
we
was
did-
like, "Does that? What about? I don't care. If England won, you're like,
We did win that game, so
oh, that's all right then." Dutton, what's your best sport memory playing?
see, I think you've shot something ridiculous. Is it Wentworth or someone like that?
This is close, Dutton. This is close. So for people amongst us, I used to play golf in a past life. I shot 73 from the professionals tees round Royal Liverpool, which is where the Open is being held this year. I played for university there, and we played in Manchester and Leeds in a 3-man team. Well, in a 3-team event, and Liverpool won, and I had the best score.
I knew it was something I just couldn't remember the course.
Yeah, Royal Liverpool. Is yours your first 50 in cricket?
It's up there, but it's actually the fifth 11, the team I used to be captain of, our first ever away win, which was at the county ground in Colwyn Bay.
Okay, nice.
Thanks mainly to the acts and deeds of Mr. Liam Gibbons.
Do you know what I think your favourite sport memory should be?
Go on.
Through on goal, shot, partially saved by the keeper, still going in. Your friend and mine, the Aryan Ian Mullen, former Jets fan.
Agnostic.
Agnostic NFL fan, scores for his millionth goal of the season and stops you scoring your first.
Yeah.
Roundly booed by his own mother.
Yes. It's up there.
That should be the best one, like.
That was 22 years ago. Nearly 23, actually. And, the wound still runs pretty deep.
I don't think that wound would have ever healed up.
Well, we'll find out, as soon as when Mrs. Mullen does give forth to the world the junior Mullen, how quickly I can convince her, if you want to learn sportsmanship, don't talk to your dad.
Yeah, but if you want to be good at sport, then you would learn from your dad.
Oh, yeah. You want to be good, talk to Mullen. You want to be good at sport, don't.
Or your Uncle Paul, who's
Correct.
better than Mullen.
Correct.
The eternal question, Dutton. Empire or Jedi?
I think you're an Empire.
I said Jedi.
Ah.
I think you said Empire.
No, I'm Jedi.
Oh my god. That's ridiculous. How did we get that wrong? We talk about Star Wars all the time.
And we've seen Clark's.
And we've seen Clark's, yeah. We have seen Clark's. Great film. You had to do another one of them?
Yes.
That can't be good, can it?
I await it in anticipation and some fear.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if I can watch it, Dutton. That's a great film. Waxers, if you haven't seen it. Clerks, the first one. It's in black and white. Get over
We're
it.
English. We're English. Clark's.
The film is American, though.
Lovely. We're English.
No, this is the George Graham debate. David Ginola is in England. I'm calling him David. No, his name's David because he's French.
David Ginola.
His name's David Ginola, and George Graham is a corrupt Scottish something else.
Clerks.
Seen we're 30 years in the future, Dutton, for the Mickey Mouse Star Wars. You looking forward to it?
Shut up.
Tony's looking forward to it because it'll then spoil Star Wars like it spoiled Star Trek. And you know what?
He is.
I'm going to like it. I don't care. I'm going to like it. I like Disney stuff.
See, I don't know if you've heard it yet, but on the UK End Zone football programme yesterday, Craig Morley, at Gig Lane Craig, asked one of his 10 questions was, given that the new Star Wars is being made, of the UK End Zone crew, who would be who? You know, in a Star Wars setting?
I have heard this question. Please tell everybody who hasn't who got what.
Well, Ollie got Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
He was given that by Thomas More. Ollie then designated me as Han Solo. And to show my gratitude for this, I designated Tom to be R2-D2.
See,
what can I say?
See, I have an issue with this, right? Because Ollie obviously doesn't know you, because there's no way you be Han Solo. Because you're not cool enough to be Han Solo.
I am.
You'd be C-3PO, surely.
Not a chance in hell. Although I do walk like him.
You do walk like him now. Actually, he's probably got more bend in his knees than you have.
I think he has, yeah. Good old goldenrod.
We're going to move on from that comment before we get ourselves the explicit rating. Okay, Dutton, next one. After both failing miserably on that one. Godfather 1 or 2?
You're a 2.
I am, and you're a 1.
I am.
This is a no-brainer for me. Don't get me wrong, I love 1, but 2's got De Niro in, and he's amazing. And it's got Al Pacino turning proper gangster.
I was thinking this is a topic I think we should go into in another part, but just for an appetizer, is Fredo's betrayal the greatest betrayal in film history?
I'm smart. Do you know what I mean?
I was stepped over.
Yeah, no, you're a bumbling buffoon. It's probably up there. I mean, that's a great character. Fredo's a great character, and that guy acts him really, really well.
Considering he was drug-addled at the time.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I think if I'm Michael, I'd take him out. He needs to be taken out. He sided with someone outside the family, doesn't he?
Yeah, you don't do it.
And we all know what happened to Mo.
Exactly. You never take sides against the family.
Spoiler alert. Mo Green got killed.
Yeah, one in the eye.
One in the eye for Mo. Dutton, this one, we're going to get this one as well. James Bond is Sean Connery or Roger Moore?
I think you're a Moore.
I am, and you're obviously Connery.
Obviously. As we know, I always, more often than not, I will ally myself to the original. And obviously the smart people in the world will tell me the first person to play James Bond in any form of media was Bob Holness on a South African radio play version of Moonraker.
Yep.
But the first real Bond was Sean Connery.
Agreed. Although I like Roger Moore better. I just like his films. If we get past the Moonraker, James Bond in space.
Yeah.
And look at Live and Let Die.
Bond needed a response to Star Wars, didn't it? Because they're such comparable markets.
As we've discussed on this show before, Dutton, Moonraker the book is amazing.
It's absolutely fantastic.
It's probably top 2 favourite books of them. So I have no earthly idea why they decided to make it Jaws Falls in Love.
Yeah.
Makes no any sense to me whatsoever.
No. I mean, it's one of those Bonds that if you actually watch it, the funniest lines in the film are said by the bad guy.
Yeah, true.
And that sort of, it's now time to put you out of my misery. And the always classic, Mr. Bond, you continue to defy my attempts to plot an amusing death for you.
the end of the day, Moonraker's not as bad as Invisible Car. Fact. I can watch Moonraker. I ain't watching Invisible Car.
True. I can watch Moonraker. Visible Car, as you say. I don't think that's one of those, oh, you've bought me the box set and a free bonus disc.
It's like that.
That I can.
It's like that Rocky box set, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like that Godfather box set with the spare disc.
Yeah, it's like that Home Alone box set with 7 extra discs.
Yeah. Can I just have Home Alone 1?
Yeah, I'm good for the rest, thanks.
Okay, Dutton. Next. Favourite sportsman all time?
Nick Faldo.
Oh, he's done it! He's done it. Thought he might go down a Fowler angle, but he's nailed it. It's Nick Faldo. Mm-hmm. He's probably
Harrison
top...
Ford.
He's not... First of all, he's not Harrison Ford. Second of all, I'd say he's like top 3 or 4 English sportsmen ever.
And, an awesome Indiana Jones.
You're an idiot. See, I'm gonna be losing now if I don't get this. Sir Jeff.
Close, but wrong.
Truman.
No.
Vaughan.
It's not a Yorkshireman.
Oh my God. Go on, Dutton.
Athers.
Damn.
Yes, Michael Atherton, is the quintessential, I'm the best player on a crap team, and if I fail, the team fails.
Not
and
as good as Phil Neville, though. Discuss.
No, yeah, very good. Yeah.
Do you want to elaborate?
The Manchester Grammar School, which is very prestigious, very expensive school, I'm sure, to send to, has an excellent cricket setup. And their school batting records are held from 3 to 1. Number 3 is Michael Atherton. Number 2 is John Crawley, formerly of Lancashire, Hampshire and England. And number 1 is Philip Neville.
That's right. Philip, Manchester United and England, Neville.
If he'd only played number 3 for England at cricket rather than worn number 3 for England at football, the world would be a different place.
Well, it'd probably be a better place, done.
Well, you say that.
Although I'm sure he's enjoying his coaching career at Manchester United at the moment. I know I am.
The best thing is, one of my mates is a Man U fan, and he pointed this out, that when Liverpool played Man United the other week, and Gary Neville mentioned after 5 minutes, this team's wrong, the formation's wrong, they're going to get ripped apart here. The week before, the Nevilles had been round had Sunday dinner together. Well, did he not talk to each other? Did Gary not say to him, so what are you thinking of doing next week, Phil? Oh, we're doing this. No, don't do that.
At the end of the day, what I like about that is that Gary calls Phil Philip. Like he's shouting at him. Like we know that Mick Cale calls Gaz Cale Gary and Gaz Cale calls Mick Cale Michael.
It's the brother thing to do. Oh, shut up, Gary.
Genius. Classic brothers. Okay, Dutton. Next. Number 1 crush.
I'm going to say Kylie.
That's a good guess. Can't believe you didn't say Kate Malmquist, but it's actually Scarlett Johansson. It's actually Kate, because she's listening. Natalie Portman, Dutton.
It is.
Yes! Back in the game. Love Kylie, by the way. Love the fact I can fit her in my pocket. But if anyone's seen The Avengers, when Scarlett Johansson grabs the guy by her legs and flips him over his head, that's it for me. She was the winner.
What a way to go.
What a way to go indeed, Dutton. Last one. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The song you listen to most.
You can go first.
Mr. Blue Sky.
Is wrong.
Oh, how's that wrong?
It's my favourite feel-good song of all time, but how often do I want to feel good?
I've been lulled in there, haven't I, by choosing the wrong concept?
That's it. The song I listen to the most is the exact polar opposite. Everybody Hurts.
Do you know what, though? That was my other choice.
Well, you chose, to quote the knight from the end of the Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade, you chose poorly.
The thing is, though, Dutton, that just sums me up. I'm glass half full, so I've chosen glass half full song, and you're the glass half empty side of this relationship. She obviously chose Everybody Hurts.
Exactly. And as I've said in the past, it's not half full, it's not half empty. It's poured out and cracked, and it's not my glass to begin with.
Exactly. So, Dutton, it's pretty much level here. This is for the championships. What's the song I listen to most?
See, it's a head scratcher, and I'll be honest, I thought it was going to be done and dusted by now. But now the pressure's on.
You thought you would have won comfortably, didn't you?
Yeah,
I'm well pressed with myself, by the way.
it does show, as I say, that you have listened occasionally over the last 13 years.
I just think it's osmosis. You've shouted so much, it's just entered my consciousness.
I'm going to say cigarettes and alcohol.
See, that's a great choice, Dutton. It's a great choice. And if it was song I listen to most by Oasis, it would be that. However, it's not that.
No.
It's Yesterday by Sir Paul McCartney / the Beatles.
No. And wet, wet, wet.
Don't be a tit. Yes, I love that song. It's amazing, and I like the fact that it's got a ridiculous name before it became Yesterday.
What was it again?
It's like Scrambled Eggs and Ham or something.
Scrambled eggs, that was it, yeah.
Can you believe it, Dutton? A tie?
I think you'd have got long odds on the tie.
I thought you were overwhelming favourite there. I've caused a big upset.
I think so. It's it's a draw, but it's one of those draws where one team feels better about it than the other. Like England against Australia at Cardiff or Dunkirk.
Yeah, definitely. I think I've took the winner's thing. So, Dutton, that's been our review of Mr. and Mrs. This has been episode 61 of Waxing Lyrical Mainz and Dutts. Thanks for downloading.
Aye.